once again, Captain Flowers. Invictus Gaming, your 2018 World Final Champions. As they hoist the Summoners Cup, pure elation for this team as they achieve what no other LPL team has done up to this point.
They were domestic gods in the LPL, but under crunch time, they fell down. They stood in the shadow of RNG and proving that 2018 may have been started by Uzi, but it was finished by Rookie.
And the players that had been understated all year, Ning, Balan, Jackie, all showed up as well as Rookie and the Shy.
As Caster June takes to the stage next to Rookie, I'd like to welcome Ho-Min Lee of Riot Korea to the desk to help us with any translations as necessary. Ho-Min, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
일단 너무 고맙고
Just so thankful.
Oh, Rookie.
The crowd behind him.
제가 지금까지 우승만을 위해 달려왔는데 지금까지 우승 못 해와서
Through all these years, I just
너무
focused on winning my
갈망했거든요.
first
근데
Summer's
이렇게
Cup.
가져 너무 팀원한테 고맙고
So thankful to my teammates.
首先
Emotion getting the better of him, as it should, as you've worked your entire life towards this moment.
我非常感谢以来支持爱这所有的粉丝，支持爱一直支持 Rookie 的粉丝们。
Overcome with emotion, but
我
support
好
pouring
久
out from
好
the
久
fans
渴
in the
望这个
audience.
冠军了。可能这几年我很累的时候，其实很多压力的时候，其实很想放弃这个职业这个选手，然后一直很多就不管什么粉丝都喊我，就给我鼓励，给我鼓掌什么的，我才能做到现在这个位置，才能达到这个位置。我非常感谢粉丝们，谢谢。
Speaking in Chinese, so Ho-Min will hold off for us. But of course, that seems
shows
right.
how much he's committed to the LPL as well, saying these in Mandarin.
Rookie speaks in Mandarin on stream,
네.
so he's known the
저한테
language for
해주신
a very
말씀이랑
long
비슷한
time.
말씀하신 거죠, 네. 그래도 우리가 참 오랜만에 봤는데, 예. 그래도 어느 시점쯤 돼서 16강, 8강, 4강 어느 쯤 되니까 내가 이제 우승할 수 있겠구나. 우리 IG가
Throughout what
우승할
point
수
of a
있겠구나.
tournament,
그 생각이
like
딱 들더라고요.
quarterfinals, group stage, semifinals, did you
사실
feel that you can maybe
이런 생각을
hoist the Summer's
가지진
Cup and win the
않았어요.
actual
그냥
tournament?
저희가 하던 대로 보여드리면 되지 않을까 하고 지금까지 그냥 부담 없이 게임을 했던 것 같아요.
We were always confident that as long as we can play our own game
就是
and not be pressured under the crowd or the opponents, I was confident that we could win the whole
我回
tournament.
答的就是因为大家的对我们的期望没有那么高嘛，所以就对我个人是就所有的压力都就是扔掉，然后很放松去打，然后结果我们就拿到冠军了，谢谢。
What can I say? People didn't have this high as expectations. It was a lot of pressure. That's a
네,
translation
마지막
being fed to
질문하도록
me,
해서 다음 또
and now we have the
메달 촬영
championship.
준비해서. 자, LPL이 드디어 월드 챔피언십에서 우승을 차지했습니다.
LPL finally won its first world championship.
뭐 EDG 팬분들,
There are RNG
다른
fans,
팬분들
EDG
정말 이
fans.
순간을 기뻐하고 계실 텐데
I'm sure they're all cheering for IG
세계
in
최고다.
celebration of LPL's
우리는
first
이렇게 했다.
championship.
한 말씀 끝으로 부탁드릴게요.
Please say your last words to the LPL fans.
어떻게
정말로 하셔도 되고.
그러니까 다시 문제 안 들.
LPL이 힘들게 최초로 정상에 올랐잖아요. RNG 팬분들, 뭐 IG 팬들, EDG 팬들 듣고 싶은 말씀
So he's
많으실
just
것 같습니다.
repeating the
그분들
same
좀
question.
프라이드 생기게 자긍심 느끼게 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다. 끝으로.
일단 진짜 오랫동안 LPL이 월드 챔피언십에서 우승을 차지 못했는데
It's been so long that LPL has failed to perform well at the World Championship. I'm so proud that I could provide this championship to all the LPL fans.
就 LPL 这8年一个都没拿到世界冠军，然后他让我跟你们说一句话，就我很感谢这帮 LPL 拿冠军的战队是 IG， 然后我希望大家对埃及的要求啊、期望啊、支持率越来越高，然后希望大家都不停的支持我们一下。我不知道
I
怎
hope
么
the
说
fans
话
have more faith in IG and continue to support us. But to me, so fitting that he ends on the note of the Chinese language.
축하의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 네.
Please send your applause to IG and Rookie.
네, 자 지금부터는 이제
Speaks volumes that a player
메달
of his
수여식을
caliber
진행하도록 하겠습니다. 자,
would move to another region
네, 메달을 수여하실 분을 여러분께 모시겠는데요.
and play a vital role in handing them their first world title.
이 자리에 함께 계시잖아요.
Especially when so many of the LCK players went back to the LCK after a year or two. You can see how much Rookie has committed to the LPL and really values his teammates so much as well.
And he embodies that LPL spirit of being someone who plays for the lane.
Very much so. Of course, again, swapping between Korean and Mandarin. Thank you, Ho-Man, for stepping onto the desk to help us with the points that you could.
Thank you.
With that, though, Mark Merrill, Brandon Beck, some other notables I will name as we see them roll across your screen here for the medal ceremony to award these players for their championship title.
And I do want to give a quick shout out to Duke while we have him on camera. Two-time world champion now, and while he didn't play in this final, he was pivotal in Invictus Gaming making this moment.
You as well have Niccolo Laurent from Riot. Siri Park, former LPGA pro on the stage. Chan Ho Park, former MLB pitcher. Thank you very much. Not much of a baseball fan myself. Ryu Seung-min, gold medalist in table tennis. And then, of course, as I mentioned, Brandon Beck and Mark Merrill of Riot Games. And again, for our finalists, as the fans in the stadium rally behind them.
Yeah, LPL fans really came out in force today as well. Plenty of Invictus Gaming flags. You could hear IG chants during the opening ceremony. And here they give another ovation.
Next up, finals MVP will be awarded. So we wait on bated breath for that announcement.
해도 되겠죠? 예. 자, 이제 오늘 결승전 자, 파이널의 MVP를 발표하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 이승현 대표님 그리고 니콜로 씨 연임 부탁드리겠습니다.
Voted on by representatives from around the world.
롤드컵 우승을 향한 정말 대단한 여정이었습니다. 이 과정에서 오늘 우리는
It's a nice trophy.
특별한 활약을 보여주신 한 선수를 기억합니다.
Yeah,
2018 League of Legends World Championship Finals MVP 닝 선수입니다.
And it goes to Ning. Finals MVP has just been awarded to Ning.
Well
deserved.
Huge moment for Ning. Obviously, massive variance in his performance. There we go. Ning has been a double-edged sword for Invictus Gaming for so long. His hyper-aggression has sometimes bit them in the ass, but today he played the right side of that coin and came up massive when it counted.
and I know we awarded him 2 Player of the Games for Games 1 and 2 as well. I think he's incredibly deserving of the Finals MVP, which is speaking about this particular series, because he really had amazing games. Jungle pathing early on, Camille. The Gragas game was legendary, and he brought it home in the end.
Yeah, all tournament long, we were waiting for him to step up into what we knew he could be, what he had been in the past and had been known throughout the LPL for being at times. But here on the biggest stage, in the biggest moment, staring down the barrel of the first LPL title, and he puts up an MVP performance.
And it's so important, you know, it's not Rookie, it's not the Shy. People look at this team, they say, of course, it's hard carried by your Korean imports. Of course that's how it's going to be. But it is the Chinese jungler who brings it home.
It is so crazy to believe, a player that has trouble transferring his scrim performance onto stage does it in the World Finals. Out of all places, he does it in the World Finals, performs out of his mind, and just delivers for his team.
Has his Wheaties this morning.
Yeah, the known quantities coming into the series felt like Rookie and the Shy. It was Ning, Baolan, Jackie that felt like the variables. And Ning had the series of his life.
Yeah, all of them stepping up in their own right, but Ning just that eensy bit more than the rest. One more time, huddling around that trophy that they so very much deserve. Absolute dominance here in the 2018 World Final. 3-0 victory over the EU squad in Fnatic. They got it done.
Put it to bed, put it to rest. The LPL is the best region in the world.
Absolutely
No
agree.
denying
We
that.
started that conversation at the beginning of the day, and IG just ended it.
Prior to the World Championship, there was the discussion as IG gets their final call from Caster June.
Oh, please relish that moment, fellows. You said it at the top of the day, Yamato, for a lot of these players. This may be the only time, who knows, right? Some of them have returned, some of them stepping up onto the stage for the first time, but it's a special moment and you have to do everything in your power to remember it, to cling on to it, to live in it.
You gotta take as many mental pictures as you can because this is rare and they deserve it.
You never know if you will be back on this stage again.
And such youth, the prodigy Jaculov popping off in that final game as Kaisa. He now has this momentum, this confidence behind him that as that prodigy, as a newcomer to the competition to Uzi, that he gets to lift the Summoners Cup.
Exactly. Before the tournament, there was the conversation of tournament favorites, and it was all between KT and RNG. And if you were having the conversation about best region in the world, it was asking the question of, is it the LPL or is it just RNG? I think IG answered the question definitively in this matchup, 3-0ing Fnatic in the World Final. As FLICKR said, the LPL is now the best region in the world.
24 teams entered this tournament, all the way back where the play-in started. One team remains standing, and it is Invictus Gaming of the LPL. That's right, boys. Pick it up one more time. Take it away. It's yours. Just don't drop it. Oh, I love it. Look at him shuffling off.
No solo carries for the Summoners Cup dash.
It's a team effort.
Is that the duo lane carrying it off? I
Just
think
like
it
in
is.
Game 3, 13-0-7 on the Kaisa.
Support staff greeting them as they make their way off the stage. We say it's a team effort. Let's remember all the people behind these 5 players. Subs included, coaches, analysts, team managers, GMs, everything it takes to build a world championship team.
And a huge shout out to the coach of Invictus Gaming. They have had the best drafting in LPL. They have had the best laners in the LPL, and now they finally have the best team performance because everyone stepped up. When your variants and your variables become your X factor, that's how you make champions.
And from here, LPL's at the top, as we mentioned, but now they're in a position they've never been in before. You get to the top, how do you improve? How do you stop or keep from being complacent? Those are challenges that these guys will now face.
I think it's so crazy to imagine that IG hasn't won a title.
You're right, they still have something to reach for.
And I feel like at the World Championship, they've solved so many of their issues that they've shown during regular season, failing to perform in best of 5s. And now I'm just imagining they're going to win some LPL title for sure if they bring this caliber of play.
We've basked in the glory that is the LPL and Invictus Gaming players there on the stage. I do want to talk again about how they did it, how they crafted this 3-0 series, and in particular this third game, which had a few moments, particularly at level 1, where it looked like perhaps things might have gone awry.
Consider this. This was a game in which IG gave up a level 1 First Blood and had a miraculous Baron stolen from them and had the Urgot get the kill onto the Aatrox in the skill matchup top lane, and then they still wanted 30 minutes.
But the LPL are the 51%. If this is a 50-50, if you think it's even, they think that they're better than you. They will bet it all on that 1%. They will make the mechanical outplays. We have so many people in this region. The superstar talent, it rises to the top. It gets consolidated onto one team. People thought that there's no way the Shy and Rookie are that much better than their counterparts. And it wasn't just the Shy and Rookie. It was Ning and it was Jaculov.
It is just crazy because LPL, even in the years where they didn't do so good, their individual players were always crazy good. I think that's what comes when you have such a massive player base. The top percentage is just going to be on another level, and now team play is coming together and LPL is showing up big time.
And the region is only getting bigger. By 2020, the LPL will have 20 teams, 2 conferences, over 6 home and away arenas. And Invictus Gaming, one of the few teams that don't have their own home arena now. But Shanghai might as well be it after this.
It's quite possible that we're entering a new era. beyond Korean dominance and into LPL dominance. We've talked about how previous World Championships, they came down to 90-10 plays and who could craft those the best. This year has been all about the 60-40s, the 50-50s, the 51-50s, whatever it is. But IG played in every moment like they knew they could outplay, that they could take the win in any skirmish.
They're so good. Like they're so good in so many individual fights. That's what we just kept saying to each other after a lane trade or a gank happened or a rookie dodged a gank. We're just, how are they so good? Because their individual skill merged with the team play that they showed to a higher level than I think they ever had in this series was so dominant. I mean, that's kind of Yamato Cannon thinking, how could this team, if they play like this, not win the LPL?
Right. And we have to remember that they've done this to Fnatic. They 3-0'd a team that 3-0'd in the semifinals to get here. Yeah. That beat them in the group stage. Yes, the meta has evolved. The game has changed. But, you know, they made Fnatic look almost amateurish at times in this series because of those players who stepped up beyond what was expected of them.
And it felt like a couple of combined issues. Fnatic, if we do want to turn the lens towards them, I think one of the issues was the AD carry champion pool, the fact that it felt like it kept getting squeezed, that JackeyLove, you know, IG finally becoming a trident. The fact that JackeyLove was finding 10, 20 CS leads, where normally you expected that Reckless and Hilly would go even.
Now, on the biggest stage of the year, all 5 players had to perform, but these players earned themselves MasterCard Players of the Game at the World Final. For the championship series, they were Ning twice in a row in games 1 and 2, and JackeyLove to finish us off.
Finals MVP ends up going to Ning for that amazing Gragas game 2, as well as Camille games 1 and 3. And Jackie did not choke this time. He had a bad go of it the first time he played Fnatic in those tiebreaker games. Not this time.
We've got an interview with Ning coming to your way around the corner. Sorry, Yamato, to cut you off.
It just kind of reminded me of Game 5 against KT as well. JackeyLove just, when it was the deciding game, he just turned into a completely different player. I think in Game 3, he was showing up big time, even though his support gave up first blood already straight off the bat.
Now, I know I'm looking ahead to 2019, but since it was brought up, this idea that, okay, IG has now captured a world title and not yet a domestic title, being the analyst from that region, what is your kind of opinion or outlook of the 2019 season and how this team might be able to, you know, ride this momentum into domestic success that they've never found before?
When you kind of look at history, it looked like spring semifinals across from RNG, that was IG's best moment to take down RNG. And when they lost there because the Shy couldn't start, it went to all 5 games, it was Duke, it felt like RNG got this confidence back. And they just got this huge momentum behind them. You're like, maybe that was IG's only chance to beat RNG. Maybe they created this international monster, gave Uzi the confidence to lift the trophy and to steamroll ahead. Same thing happens for IG. Winning this cup, you now have that mental blocker completely thrown away. You now have the momentum and the confidence. IG just needs to take that mental game back into the LPL and dominate the Eastern Conference.
And on the flip side, Fnatic has pushed farther in a world tournament than any team has for Europe since Season 1, Fnatic themselves taking the victory there. So what are your takeaways, Yamato, as they return to Europe?
I think, you know, I know that the West as a whole is disappointed. I am disappointed. You know, we expected way more coming from Fnatic in this game. And I know for a fact that the players on Fnatic, the staff on Fnatic, are more disappointed than all of us. And I think this is a time where they need all the support they can get, all the support possible on social media, etc., because I know they're in pain. But through this pain, you know, it will heal knowing that we did amazingly at this tournament. I think the West, Cloud9, we had G2, we had Fnatic. I'm proud of my performance as well with Vitality. It's been quite the journey, and I think this is very important to remember because this will mend our wounds coming back from this final.
Yeah, right now, it hurts, right? But you look back at this tournament in 4 months, and you'll see 2 EU teams in the semifinal, 1 NA team in the semifinal, and it will be easy now to look at Fnatic and say, how dare you think you could win the final? How are you so overconfident? That's what you have to be to succeed in sports. So please do not call down Fnatic for saying they were going to win, because if they are ever going to win, they have to say that. And I thought they took some monstrous steps forward for the possibility of a Western Championship. It wasn't this year, but this is the way they have to do it if they're going to get in the future.
I mean, just think of the statements that we're saying. The fact that Fnatic are in the finals and they're disappointed about that. And I agree, it must burn right there, being so close. But ultimately, the leaps and bounds, the gap that they closed was massive. And I think in 4 months, everyone will decide that this was a success, even if they didn't take home the trophy.
Right, and to a degree, the takeaways from the tournament, right? It comes back to the Vitality speech, but this idea that all of these teams throughout this tournament, the ones that made it the furthest were the ones that honed in on an identity, whatever it be, playing to that and understanding it in the moment.
Even Rookie just now in the finals interview, when he was asked like what did you do, he said, we had to play our game and then we knew we'd be able to win the championship. And that's honestly what they did. Like, to be able to come out on the world final stage and attempt the plays that they made, we've never seen before. Like, we've seen methodical dominance, and we've seen a guy with the 10,000 gold and make a big play. But in even gold situations, when you're 300 gold up on your opponent, attempting some of the stuff that IG did in this series, we just haven't seen before.
Yeah. And of course, we have to remember, we talk about Rookie, one of the veterans, one of the guys who's been chasing after that. For Reckless, that chase continues towards the Summoners Cup. But if anything, it will be that reinvigoration of having been so close and yet so far. It stings, yes, but it's all that much more motivation to show up on this stage again next year and take it, because you know what it takes to get there. Now, for more on that new world champion, let's send it over to an interview with the IG jungler.
Thank you very much, Dash. I'm here with MVP of the finals, Ning. Ning, congratulations. What an incredible victory. We saw a lot of emotions from your teammates already, but could you tell us what it means to you personally to lift the Summoners Cup with your team?
首先恭喜你取得最后的胜利，然后也可以看到你们所有的队友都非常的激动，然后他们也现在非常的开心。也想问一下你，那么对于你来说，举起这个最后的决赛奖杯意味着什么？有什么感受？
就意味着就是我就打职业，然后这几年就没有白费吧，就3年时间，然后我没有白费掉，然后最后捧的这个奖杯就算是对我的最大肯定嘛，因为我也是个特别好强的人，然后我其实来到这里之后转了大 V 之后，其实我一直想证明一件事，就是我想让他们都觉得我是就现在最强的打野，然后也没有人就即使我说出来也没有人会认为，然后我觉得我现在就是拿到世界冠军，我觉得别人可以证明我是最强打野，我自己也可以证明。
Yeah, so he's super happy that he has been playing pro for 3 years and everything, the hard work paid off in the end, and he actually get that. He's super happy about that, the fact that he actually proved himself that he's the best jungler in the world. He was an AD carry player, and then he switched to a jungle position, and he always trying to prove. But with this trophy right now, it is a statement.
It is a definite statement, best jungler in the world right now. And there were a lot of eyes on you with an up and down performance all through Worlds. What allowed you to step up in this moment precisely, the most important one of your entire career so far?
因为世界赛特别的久，那么在这1个月，你们也有过很多的高光，但你们也有过失败的时刻。那在最后这一个系列赛，你是如何顶住压力，表现得这么好的？
就我觉得我们所有人就是在小组赛是输过嘛，然后一路很艰难的赢了上来，然后我觉得我们每个人都像是，我们不像是就是我们更像是战友，然后也像是兄弟一样，然后我们每个人都很相信对方，然后我们也会吸取就我们输掉的那个从我们输然后吸取经验，然后到最后我觉得我们现在真的我觉得我们5个人就像是1个人一样，所以我觉得我们今天赢了。
Yeah, so they lost in the groups. And then it was a hard way that they fought out. And along the process, they're really playing as a team, and everyone trusts each other, and the communication was really well. And in the end, today, actually, he felt like 5 people are playing as 1 people. So he thinks it's a team.
Yeah, well, that is absolutely what it looked like. Ning, finally, what would you like to say about what this means for IG, but also for the LPL winning their very first title and for the future of the region?
那你觉得赢下这个奖杯，那么对于 IG， 那么对于 LPL 来说，或者说对于 LPL 的未来来说，有什么样的意义？
我觉得就 LPL 之前没有拿过任何一个没有拿过任何一个 S 赛冠军嘛，然后8年时间，然后我们最后拿到了，我觉得这个拿到了世界赛冠军就可以向全世界证明，现在中国就 LPL 的LPL 的水平应该是现在全世界是最强的。
Yeah, so LPL wasn't able to get the win a final championship for the past 8 years. And now they're finally making this happen. It's a statement to tell everyone that LPL is the strongest region right now.
That it is, Shisha. Thank you very much, Ning. Thank you, Wenson, as well. Best jungler in the world right now and world champions, and well-deserved it is. Back over to you guys.
World Final MVP, World Finals champion, but 5 players playing as one was what stood out to me there in that interview. Definitely crediting the rest of his team for aiding in that victory.
For sure. I think cohesiveness. I think they showed the points we were giving to Fnatic. Cohesiveness, teamwork, playing as 5, roaming with the support and jungle. That's what IG just did. They just took all those things, did it better. And I think that's what's the most incredible thing about IG's journey here, the improvement they did throughout the tournament.
Right, this is a different team than the IG that entered the World Championship just weeks ago.
And I don't want to take anything away from it, but I also do have to say that it almost felt like the perfect storm. The fact that the meta came down to being about solo laners, that it was about the mechanical outplays, because so long IG have struggled in the 5v5 meta, in the AD carry meta, but as soon as it's about, you know, putting it on the line, making those clutch plays, suddenly their talent, it hits that ceiling and it breaks through.
Yeah, and I mean, we have the best teams of the world come to the World Championship every single year, so I don't think it's bad to say that, yeah, the meta really favored them because that's always the case with the world champion. It's very rare you say, man, they're really going to have to play against what the best strategy is, because usually it's the results that make people decide what the best strategy is.
Right, exactly. People will look at this series by virtue of IG's victory, say they learned how to play the game the best way of all of the teams here at the World Championships. Now, when you're looking to be crowned a champion, a carry is looking for a precise snipe or a slide dodge. And then there are the bot laners who just keep their supports alive, just to say, I'm helping, presented by State Farm. In the championship bout, Reckless blocks every shot to keep his duo partner, Hillsong, alive.
They're understanding, they can't pop and butters. Here we go.
And Jackie Love is going to be taken very low now. Ignite coming down. Jackie having to flash away to keep himself alive, and it's Hillsong who's now in some real danger. Balon pops the ulti, looking to go forward yet again. Colin coming out. Reckless trying to absorb the shot.
You let one bullet go through, and your support dies.
And maybe you say there that maybe Reckless should have played a bit more offensive than defense. Maybe he could have tried to go for the all-in, but it was teleport versus heal.
True. Small victories for them in that moment. Again, we say goodbye to Fnatic. We take a look back at their road here as well. We've already talked about Reckless and that continued journey for the title, but I do want to talk about the young guys in Bwipo, right? In Caps, who, yes, has been on the team for some time, but very much less experienced than, say, the likes of Soaz or Reckless, and reflect on their performance here at the World Championships.
I think to start off with Caps, I think game 1 was very rough for him. They tried some 2v2s. I think the draft was also very off, but game 2, Azir did very well. He kept up in CS, even in a game that looked so horrible. Game 3, kept getting ganked, kept surviving. So I think Caps performed pretty well.
On the side of Bwipo, yes, there was a lot of attention to the top lane in that game too, falling down 5-6 deaths. But to me, from the eye test, at least in the 1v1, very competitive between him and the Shy in many of those matchups.
Until the jungler arrived, right?
Exactly.
So I do think that Bwipo's risky play style definitely backfired a lot on him during this series. That's why I think they ended up sending in Soaz. Not his best series, but he's also a very young player who I think will be able to bounce back.
A learning point for him as he pushes forward in his career. Invictus Gaming's championship, did not come without its challenges, as they took down the likes of KT Rolster, G2, and Fnatic to earn the crown in a tournament of unexpected results.
I feel like the big moment of them was, of course, taking down KT Rolster. It almost looked like a 3-0 and a crazy base race, and then KT Rolster tried to pull it back.
They were a base race away from 9-0ing the knockout stages.
Holy moly.
It's crazy, right? And then, I mean, yes, they lost to Fnatic twice in a row, but they were 5-0 in the group stage before the first loss at Fnatic. Like, little small things would change the way we look at this Invictus Gaming team in retrospect.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much about how they transition this into next year and what happens when the LCK comes back with a different read on the game state and maybe some changes to their philosophies, because Invictus Gaming in semifinals and finals, the double 3-0, man.
Don't get me excited about 2019, Jay. We got to wait 11 months for that.
Why? I'm excited now. I want the off-season. I want to see what the preseason patch is. I want position select in the rank queue. That's not even like this thing. I want that.
Christmas is coming.
Yeah, it very much is. Off-season is very much like Christmas. A lot of anticipation for some crazy moves. Now, you didn't just tune into the finals. You also blew up Twitter with some of your favorite moments from the championship for our Acer Predator big plays. First, it's the final fight that clinched Invictus Gaming the title of 2018 World Champions.
See if maybe he can find something. Caps grabs the laser, but it's Bellon into the back line, looking to find everybody. Here comes your Hextech ultimatum into your Galio ultimate. Ning's gonna be taken low, goes into the stasis. Jackie's legendary. They've already found the kill in Astoas. They've already found the kill in the Caps. It's the solo laners down. The LPL has never won before, but that will change today. The Crownless are finally king, and Invictus Gaming are your 2018 World Champions.
And in the LPL, we call them shells in terms of style of team compositions. That is called the cannonball shell. It's always the Galio and some form of initiation. And as soon as we saw the Rakan, the Camille, we're like, it's cannonball!
I missed this.
I wasn't not a part of that inside joke. For me, it's the moments following that play. Players jumping out of their seats. Again, that pure elation, tears of joy. I mean, every emotion. Watching Rookie in that interview struggle against his own emotions to get words of appreciation out to both his fans here in Korea and his fans in China.
And it's so hard to contain that because, you know, throughout the series, they were looking stone cold.
Yeah.
Completely stone cold. And then the moment the Nexus was dying, there was certain, boom, all those emotions that have been gathered throughout the day.
They were given permission to feel them all of a sudden.
Yeah, they only had 85 minutes and 33 seconds of in-game time.
How long are you sitting on that?
That was the fastest finals we've ever had.
Blazing
faster than SKT versus RNG in 2013.
Wow, wow. When you surpass SKT in a stat of dominance, that is something to be said. Finally, Edward reminded us, they don't call him King Ning for nothing.
Can he get out? It's not him they're worried about. It should be that support. The Emperor's Divide gonna keep him alive for now, and it's a double kill over to Ning.
To try and defend Hylissang, you see the ultimate come out, but the Shy on Aurelia has already cut behind. He flashes in just to get an assist. Ning already had taken care of business.
Fade away, too. He turned away.
Straight dunked.
Cool guys don't watch explosions. The shy coming in and laying out for anything.
The Shy had it covered, by the way. Like, he had both of them marked. He could have just jumped between them.
Right.
That looked cooler.
I love it. That looked way cooler. Exactly. Now to hear from the world champion who earned the title in front of the home crowd, let's hand it off for an interview with the IG mid laner.
Minutes to get yourself together, what it means for you after all those years of hard work to win the World Championship.
因为你刚刚也可以看出你在舞台上特别的激动嘛，也想问一下你这么多年努力以后，终于赢得了冠军，你现在怎么感觉？
首先对我来说是个第一个冠军嘛，但是也算是个 LPL 的第一个世界赛总决赛的冠军，所以对我来说一个很骄傲的一件事情。然后我在台上的时候，就话都说不清楚了，就整个脑子就在做个梦一样，然后现在特別開心了。
Yeah, so this is his first world champion, and also it's also the first for LPL. So he's really proud that he's able to make this happen. And as for he himself, he can't believe that he actually won everything. So back on the stage, he was just overly excited. But right now, he's just feeling extremely happy.
Can you tell me about what it was like to come down the stage? I saw everyone that's here working for the LPL, everyone in your team, the casters, just hugging everybody and being so happy. What does this mean for the LPL going forward?
因为可以刚刚看到你从舞台上走下来的时候，所有的 LPL 的工作人员也都非常开心对此。所以你觉得赢下这个对 LPL 意味着什么？
对 LPL 吗？我觉得，就是虽然我们这怎么说来着？我脑子慌了，我不知道说啥了。
没关系。
觉得我们我们是一个 LPL 的一支战队嘛，然后我一直都特别渴望就冠军这件事情。包括 LPL 的冠军是一直没有拿到过，所以我这一次的我们突然就打到决赛之后，我就对期望这个要求是特别高了，对自己的，然后就现在我们的努力的结果已经实现了，现在
就快想睡觉了。
Yeah, so this IG is a part of LPL, so you know he felt like it's his responsibility to win this champion, especially after they proceed after semifinal and quarterfinal. They were able to make it into the final. At that moment, he was like super stressful, and he told himself that he have to win this champion for LPL. And now that he did it, he's super relieved.
Absolutely. A fantastic victory, but Rookie, I have to ask, in the history of competitive League of Legends, there's only been one team that won and kept winning and dominating the scenes for years to come, and that was SKT with FLICKR. Do you think that you, Rookie, in this IG lineup can do the same for years to come?
在所有的这种世界冠军里面，只有一个队 SKT 能赢得2次冠军，因为他们中单 FLICKR 赢得2次、3次，对吧？那想问一下你，你觉得 IG 这支队伍和你们现在阵容能赢得几个冠军？接下来？
也还是看我们的努力吧。就我们我觉得我这一次的运气也是算很好的，很不错的。然后就总感觉这一次的世界赛。 一直说让我们拿冠军，这种想法对我说，让我一直想起这种想法的，然后结果我们努力已经实现了。但后来呢，就接下来所有的比赛，如果我们能够努力的话，我觉得我们的阵容还是继续就是努力下去的话，可以拿所有的冠军吧。但是还是不好说吧。虽然今天我们打得确实不错，不过后来的比赛不知道会变得怎么样嘛。然后 IG 战队也是不能。 一直都很强势，所以就希望大家能够努力吧。
Well, it's really hard to say for the future, but two things that's required to win a champion is first, all the dedication or the effort you have to put into. The second is the luck. So as for him, he doesn't know what's going to happen next, but he wants to be able to keep his team, and he wants his team to keep fighting for the next champion and to win more.
A lot of dedication, some luck, but a lot of skill today. Congratulations, Rookie. Fantastic run, and also an interview in Mandarin. That's a statement, if you ask me. Back over to you guys.
I couldn't agree more, Shocks. The fact that his final interview on the stage there took place in both languages, that of Korean and that of Mandarin, really speaks to, again, where he came from, what he was born out of, but now how he considers himself to be very much an LPL player.
That's why we call Rookie the career Korean. Yes, he had his career in the LCK, but he came over to the LPL. He took a spot on a pillar of the LPL in Invictus Gaming, and he's been there for 4 years now.
As well, a kernel of wisdom. Yes, you have to have the pieces to the puzzle. You have to have the dedication and that small amount of luck for things to go in your favor.
Yeah, there are a lot of small storylines we have, which is like, who's going to win this game? Who's going to win this week? Who's going to win this split? And then we have like, who's going to win Worlds and who is the best region? Those are the long-term stories that we tease out over multiple seasons. And this is at one of its most interesting points for me, because last year we had FLICKR falling, and we're wondering how's FLICKR going to come back. He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't even make it back to the World Championship. This year we had LPL winning everything. And because Korea was so soundly defeated by everyone, there could be a very real change in mindset compared with their work ethic. So I am more excited than ever to watch LPL try and hold that throne, because when Korea vacated it, there was that mad scramble to see who could claim it, and it was clearly Rookie in the LPL after today, but I just can't wait to watch what happens in the offseason and what happens next year.
Yamato?
I think we've awoken a beast. I think the Korean offseason, there's a lot of contracts running out. I think Griffin is amazing, Damwon Gaming, the newcomers. I think the new era of Korean League of Legends is coming.
We lived the SKT dynasty.
Yeah.
Shocks asked the question, but I want to ask the same question to you guys. How do you feel about an IG dynasty?
I'd love to see it, but I've seen IG for a long time. I think there is an interesting question, though. You know, Korea across the board has been so dominant, but SKT, for a lot of it, has been there. So how much do you separate Korean dominance versus SKT mystique?
Yeah, and I do think SKT won their first Worlds, then didn't make it back to Worlds the next year. The dynasty happened almost after that. So this could be the very beginning for IG. It would be incredibly impressive if they can get back-to-back, but like we said, after that performance, you can be a little bit hopeful.
Jat, you said it was the fastest final series we've ever had. So with that, I want to take one more moment to appreciate this venue, as well as Korea, the host country, for everything that it has delivered to us. And of course, as I do that, I recognize that I'm actually on the VIP TV back there. So
Nice.
hello to all of the VIPs that might
waving at yourself.
remain. Or yeah, just to myself. I'll take that little private moment. Why not? But no, I mean, what an incredible host country. Again, birthplace of esports in many ways. The region that everyone else chases. And so to come here, to win your title here, the first title for your region, yeah, it wasn't in front of a home crowd per se. Plenty of LPL fans in the crowd, though, today.
And it almost kind of just makes it all worth it for all the investment that every LPL team has put into it. Again, you have 2 conferences, you have 14 teams, you have 6 different arenas. It's going to keep getting bigger, and now it pays off, and it's so sweet. This is not just a victory for IG. This is a huge statement for the LPL, and now there are no questions and no pushback. They are the best.
You know, I'm really curious on my end. Am I bootcamping in Korea next year, or am I bootcamping in China?
I got the connections for you.
I don't know.
I've always said you should boot camp in the country that hosts the tournament because you should get on the time zone.
Right, just get there.
It infuriated me when NA teams went across the world to show Korea how they played, only to come back to be beaten by them. Please, if it's in Europe, boot camp in Europe.
Soapbox, Jat, soapbox. Yeah.
Please.
I love it. All right, words of wisdom to close us out here at the World Championships. We do return December 6th for the All-Star event from the Esports Arena in Las Vegas, where your favorite league players from around the world will compete for global glory. That is going to do it for us here, though, at the 2018 World Championships. So now for myself, the casters, and the entire Worlds crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the 2018 All-Stars. Good night.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been one of the most hyped playing stages we've ever seen.
All of the major regions being pushed to the limit.
Are you ready? You gotta be kidding me! Are you ready? Ooh! Massive Dragon Soul into the last breath. What a play from G-Rex.
That was insane! They look to break the tie against Kaboom Esports, taking second seed in Group C.
Dead FM, first time at Worlds and a statement game.
This could be the team-winning fight! We'll see if they're able to find the damage over the rest. Bankle's already going to be brought down Scout as well. Infinity Esports, you just did it! To infinity and beyond! God bless! They take down EDG!
Oh my god! The Quadra into a Penta for Sight9! Supermassive doing everything they can to stop them, but it'll never be enough! G-Rex is moving on! I cannot wait for what the rest of Worlds has for us. Hot damn!
It is my favorite time of the year, the start of group stage, when magic is in the air and all of the possibilities are still alive.
Q-Tag is going to be good to stay in his there. Looking for the ulti, and there it is, Hanabi! Going to grab himself first blood.
Flash walls melt through a FLICKR once again, and they're looking to top the group.
They chase EDG all the way back. Oh, he's not done yet! Boom! There's the flash! Duke's got to make it all happen himself. Does he have the damage? Gets a couple trades. Duke shows why he's a world champion. And maybe Gen G can answer back a little bit, but look out, because Xiao, who is here, the no-look pass to himself.
It's games like this that remind you that RNG are this overwhelming favorite in Worlds 2018.
I think it's absolutely insane that Korea is sitting at 1-4.
A Freak of Freaks now sit in a spot where they're 7,000 gold up. Their top laner's now looking for blood 1v1, and he's found it. This is the game people wanted to see.
Zeros re-engages. I think PvP, they actually may have found the fight here as the rest of the team piles in, and that's going to be a wipe.
This is the sort of pride that gets you in those big moments, allows you to take down giants.
There they go, seeing if maybe they can find some sort of a knockout. Boy's already grabbing the kill on to score. KT's in trouble.
What a lightning quick flank from Mako and the rest of EDG.
TO clearly not on the same page.
We haven't played at the level that I think we should be.
Might turn it back around for EDG. They're going in for a snap with a massive shuffle.
Fourth year in a row, the NA #1 seed doesn't make it through the quarterfinals.
2018 has certainly favored the teams with no fear.
Ning tries to get the body slam back in, but he puts himself into a bad spot. He gets locked down. A double kill on the spell flux coming in for Jizuke. Vitality, they shocking all worlds. Genji's getting run out of the river, and there goes Licorice right into the fight.
This roster has really only been together for part of the split. They were in last place.
Cloud9 pass the group of death and qualify for the quarterfinals.
I actually thought it was going to be pretty bad.
Trying to outplay, buying as much time as possible.
I was wrong.
G2 approaching to the first quarterfinals. Roxa may have been up more than he can chew. The health burst running down. The kick, the Q, the second. That was gorgeous. Fnatic will foul Invictus. They will take the #1 seed.
Trying to get the auto spacing in, but he can't even take down Smev with the damage he has right now. A triple kill for Death.
You can hear how loud the crowd are. They know who their best hope is for Korea.
Both of the favorites dropping games, and this is making 2018 look like it could be anyone's year.
Shy goes in with the ulti, looking to find decimating smash. There fell on. Here comes Shugali ulti. Slam! I've gone down 5. IG will take KT to game point. It's a base race. The Shy's on the blue Nexus. KT's on the red. Who's gonna win? The Shy will not. KT takes it to game 4.
Holy crap! Leppy's ultimate gets the first. This will apply from Castle for the second. G2 Esports are being obliterated.
And it's at Worlds where legends will fall and new ones will.
Jackie Love! Jackie Love just found everybody! KT Rolster has fallen!
Not this will find out! But G2 have just dismantled RNG!
It was supposed to be the year of the LPL. However, it is 2 European LCS teams.
But will they even stop the Baron as the fight? Oh, he gets the kill on the jugular! Who's gonna get it? You gotta be kidding me! And the last vestige of Korea has been destroyed! Cloud9 will make it to the semifinals! The first time in 7 years! Hey, 2 for 1, 3 for 1, kills coming across. Oh, look at Cap! He's done everything! Whoa!
There's blood on the crowd. Shy kind of disengaged now, but instead round! This man is a monster!
Mid lane, maybe Perks' lane king, but the top lane belongs to the Shy.
Homie, we're gonna rise, and we will never be sober.
The stage is set, the curtain is drawn, the World's 2018 Grand Final.
Europe watched a Korea final in Europe. China watched a Korea final in China. Guess what Korea gets to watch?
I can't expect to win every single Worlds, but this one in particular, this one is ours.
누가 더 갈망하냐 이 차일 것 같아. 제가 더 우승컵을 많이 받을 것 같아.
Cap trying to get himself away, but he's only going to be postponing the inevitable. And Invictus Gaming lead this series 1-0. It's not him they're worried about. It should be that support. The Emperor's Divine going to keep him alive for now. It's a double kill over to Ning, as now it's Rookie who will scatter the weak to the wind. Fnatic make their last stand here. Vanguard's Edge finds its way onto that Fnatic top laner. It's a double kill over to the Shy, and Invictus Gaming will continue their push. Caps and Soaz make their way into the fight, but Jackie's already dominating. Rookie's able to find the lockdown. The damage comes through. It's Jackie Love! The Crownless are finally king, and Invictus Gaming are your 2018 World Champions!